Hi everybody, how are you all doing? Welcome to the next episode of Sydney Social Live, a one-of-its-kind, thought-provoking talk show where we put the spotlight on current happenings in Sydney's social circles. These are issues that a lot of people are struggling with, but unfortunately not enough people are talking about them, except of course us here at Sydney Social Live. So what is the purpose of this talk show? The purpose of this show is to spark important conversations, to promote positivity, and to foster a community that is accepting and non-judgmental. As you all know, each week on the show I have a special guest, and I'm super excited because today I have with me the lovely Rashmi Gupta. Welcome Rashmi to Sydney Social Live, and I am super excited. How do you feel to be on the show?
Thank you, Nim. First of all, thank you for giving me this opportunity. And hello everyone. I am super duper excited.
I am
a
glad.
little bit nervous too. Yes, more excited.
But like it is, we are just doing chai pe charcha kind of thing, right? We're just going to have a chit chat, and Rashmi and I haven't really sat down and chatted, and that's what we were just talking offline. And this is a great opportunity to learn a little bit more about you.
Yeah, I'll just take it as meeting you over a cup of tea.
Absolutely, that's what we're doing. So I'm going to read out a little bit about you, Rashmi, to our audience for those who don't know about your journey. So Rashmi has lived a very interesting life, okay? She's lived in 3 different continents. So she started out with her schooling in Nairobi, Kenya, and then she did her university in Delhi before finally settling in Australia. You need to write a book someday, Rashmi, okay?
Maybe I might get inspired by you.
Yeah. Now, Rashmi has also practiced 2 different professions. Interestingly, she started out as an architect, and then later she took up teaching. And currently, you are a primary school teacher specializing in EALD.
Yes, that's right.
Now, architecture, which is very different, and then teaching, completely different line.
Yeah.
And I have known a lot of people who, even making small decisions in their regular careers, they get nervous or, but you completely stepped outside your comfort zone and did something very, very different. So tell us about that journey.
Okay, so I come from a family of educators. My dad was a school principal. My oldest sister also she did her bachelor's in education. And then I said, I'll do anything in the world, but I'll not teach. And I was more of a practical person. So I said, something hands-on. So I said I would choose something that is different. So I chose architecture. I was fascinated about it. I studied architecture, practiced this for 12 years. And as my family dynamics changed, I had 2 children, and architecture was not a 9-to-5 thing. When you're planning something, it is an endless process.
Yes.
And especially if you're designing it. So when I had my second child, I realized it was taking over my life. And I stayed when I was raising my children, people would come to me, children from neighborhood would come to me, Auntie, can you explain this or that? And the comment I got was, you're a really good teacher. I said, you know what? Teaching is a profession I could manage with my children. So I retrained, I went back to school, went back to teach, and yes, I achieved this, that I used to send my children off to school and then head to school, and I was home before they came. So it was a really good balance between taking care of my children, because I wanted to do it myself. I didn't want to offload it to anyone else. So that was the profession, and let me tell you, not one day have I ever regretted teaching, because I love it. You must have heard people say, make your passion your profession. You won't have a single working day.
Yes.
So for teaching, I can just say that.
Wow. And this is when you started out by saying that's the one thing I'll never do.
I'll never do. So never say never for
I was
anything.
about to say never say never. So did you get a lot of, judgment or criticism when you were sort of giving up one field, or were most people supportive, do you think, in that space?
Absolutely supportive.
Yeah.
It's not other people that judge you, it's mostly first your family. And I come from a family of 5 siblings.
Right.
Everybody was very supportive. So
That is amazing.
It was a very smooth transition, and I enjoyed teaching. I was doing good at it.
Yeah.
So I think there was no judgment ever.
That's awesome. And do you miss being an architect? Do you miss that part?
See, I'll say that you never stop being an architect. Your brain's always working. Yesterday only I was talking to somebody, I was saying, my brain just keeps designing.
Once an architect, always
always an architect. Yes, so that part doesn't die. But yes, this is a profession, and I love doing this as well.
So do you give advice to your friends, in terms of interiors and stuff, that kind of thing?
About one of my friend has got her house
Done
here. Like not the whole thing.
Yeah.
But she wanted tips on how to do things. So I advised her, and she's got it made. I went and saw it. It was so beautiful.
Oh, that's awesome. It's so good. And it was so nice that you found your passion. Many times when people give up one industry and take up something new, it doesn't always translate into their passion. But fortunately for you, you discovered something that's a calling. It's something that, maybe you were born to do.
Maybe, yeah.
Right?
I just say maybe it was in my blood.
Yeah.
Because
there you go.
Coming from the family.
Natural talent. So that it all runs in the family, isn't it? So Rashmi, I believe we have some very interesting topics lined up for our audience. But before we dive into that, I just wanted to let everybody know, don't forget to say hi to Rashmi and to me. And if you have any comments or questions that you want to ask Rashmi, please put them in the comment section. If we are not able to respond during the live, then we'll definitely go through it afterwards and we will respond, okay? But firstly, say hi and let us know which part of the world you're logging in from. So Rashmi, are we ready to address these questions?
Sure, I'm ready.
Excellent.
Let's go.
So first topic is very interesting, and when we were chatting offline, I was thinking about this. It's related to children and parents and the relationship between the two. So what I'm finding a lot in Sydney, in Australia for that matter, and I'm talking about this because I live here, is that a lot of children, let's say at the end of primary school or early high school, before that they've been going with their parents to all the Diwali parties, all the potluck dinners, or the family gatherings, and they're a part of the family when it comes to socializing. But after a certain age, like when they enter high school and then beyond, they form their own life. They form their own social circles. And a lot of parents have this complaint that our children are not connected or they're not coming with us anywhere and they have their own life.
Yeah.
And I know you have some very interesting insights about this. So what would you like to share?
Okay, so see, the first thing I say is when they are young, they haven't got their friendships made, so they'll go with you. They'll go to whatever family or wherever you take them out. But as they grow older, they have their likes and dislikes. So what I've seen people, like I've heard people say, is we make friendship with those people where their children are our children's age.
Yes.
And say that makes it so much easier because children are, they are not on their phone the whole time.
Yes.
If they are going to go to somewhere where the children are older, they won't have anything to do. So you complain what you're on your phone. What should I have done? Older children or you people talking. So that's one thing that I've seen really works for people is have friendship groups where your children are very similar age.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so
it gives them topics in common. It gives them the same sort of worldview.
Yes.
And they can share notes about what's happening in that age group.
Age group,
because
right.
it's not just older. It could be also somebody who's way younger. What do you say to them? That's also. I mean, they say, "Nahi, mujhe nahi aana hai. They're two. They're babies. I don't want to talk to them."
And you can see a distinct when you move around in Sydney. You see children. There's a very distinct of what activities they do at every age. So you've really got to be mindful of that. And I've seen it happening. That's why I'm saying it.
Yes.
This is they stop coming to those groups because what do our children do? They're on the phone for 5-6 hours. So that's one thing.
Yeah.
And then once you have those friendships, they grow together. They grow older together. So while you've maintained your friendship, they've done theirs too. So once they start growing, and then they make their friendships and go out by themselves. And then come the time when they're getting married. So it's that group that is dancing and planning the whole thing. So that is one way you can have your children going out with you for longer periods of time.
Yes, because it's a very sudden shift. For years you have the children coming and then suddenly they don't. It's a lot of getting used to for the parents as well. But that tip from you in terms of ensuring that there are other children around that age group is definitely going to help that.
And here I'll say that if there are, there are friends or maybe families where, close families where you can't take your children because, the age group is not the same.
Correct.
The children don't want to go. It's okay. It's not the end of the world. Let them not go.
Zabardasti nahi.
And you can't. Like I've seen people where you've got a big function where you're supposed to go and then on the day they say my 2 kids didn't come. In the first place, it's either you don't have to invite them, or be very clear that yes, your children may not enjoy here. So is it okay for just the two of you to come?
Correct.
So it's not the end of the world if they don't come. That's fine.
Absolutely. Very good point. And there's another angle to this I know that we wanted to also talk about in terms of children often just stay in their rooms and they're on their phones, they're on their computers, and there's no interaction that's happening. As a school teacher, you've obviously understood psychology that goes behind it, plus your observations in society in general. So what would you like to say about this?
See, this is hard work. First of all, it's hard work, yes.
Let's get that one settled.
Both parents,
it's hard
yes,
work.
it is hard work, so don't shy away from that. The next thing, it is a conscious effort. You have to do it right from the beginning. It's one small thing that I've seen, children talking in English, they're born brought up here.
Yes.
They are going to be talking in the accent.
Yes.
Sometimes most of the time, if we migrated, we don't have that accent, right? And then to make, the children are embarrassed of their parents,
Yes,
right?
yeah.
And they don't want to go out, or they feel no connection, like less connection, I'd say, up there. So conscious effort, make time to spend with your children in your house. So say maybe once a month. Say let's have a games night. I've seen families doing this. 1 month they'll have a games night, and you sit together, you order food from outside. One thing that some children are not happy about, our parents don't like us ordering from outside. So be your children for once. Everybody order together and have that. You play together. That's how you connect with each other. And then maybe if it's cooking, you decide what you cook according to the one child's. Okay, today is this week it's your turn. Next week it's the other person's turn. Today it's dad's turn. So it's a family doing things together.
Absolutely. Interesting you say that, because the other day my youngest one, I've got 3 kids, and my youngest one told me, Mom, it's Friday night and just the 2 of us were at home, the rest were all traveling interstate. And she said, do you want to watch a movie with me? And it was a sci-fi movie, and that is so not my genre, right? I don't watch sci-fi. But she loves it, and I said, okay, let's make some popcorn and sit. And I sat there for 2.5 hours watching a genre I didn't like because she likes it. And we had a great bonding time and actually ended up enjoying the movie.
I have a very interesting thing on this. What happens is you've got, say on movies, some maybe action movies, and you've got some suspense movies, and then some chick flicks.
Yes.
You can't expect your father to be sitting there and watching a chick flick. But if everyone's got a choice in it, okay, if the whole family is sitting and watching together, just not a game night, we're sitting and watching a movie together. So now whose turn is it to choose? So whoever chooses, everyone sits through it. And believe me, Nim, you will have your father saying, okay, so what's the next chick flick you're watching? So I've seen this happening and it works. It just bonds your family together. The kids want to see holidays, plan your international holidays where children have control over it. Let them plan it for you. And then they want to go with you. They'll have a good time, and then it comes again.
Take it from a teacher, okay? She knows it. That is a great piece of advice.
And mom of adult
and
children
mom of adult
as well,
kids,
too.
yes. How old are your kids?
Oh, one's married.
Jeez, she looks so... Wow, that is amazing. I didn't know.
I'm a grandmother of 2 tiny ones.
Okay, if grandmothers look like this, I think that is an awesome aspiration to have. That is amazing. But I think that's also because of how you are inside, you know. I think it's the mind. While the mind is young, one portrays oneself as young, right? And I think that's, you look the way you look is because of the way you think.
And I think your children help you a lot in that. If you have that bond with your children,
it makes a difference.
They don't let you grow old.
Yeah, absolutely. Love it.
I think it's just like, it's a circle.
Yeah. Were you more strict with your children compared to your grandchildren?
Very difficult.
You get away with anything when it's the grandchild. You let them get away with anything. Children ke saath thoda sa zyada strict.
Yes, a little bit, but then you realize your mistake.
Later.
Because I was feeding my child M&Ms, and grandchild, when she came to my house, And I saw the result. I said, no, in the bin. So she came back yesterday and she said, very cheekily, she said, Nani, M&Ms? I said, she knows it. I said, in the bin. No, I wouldn't do that to my children. Yes, I did it, but I've learned my lesson.
That's it, yeah. You said a very interesting thing earlier, and that is about allowing children to plan the holidays, and I really love that. So I just want everybody to take that away. Next time you plan an international holiday, or for that matter, a domestic holiday, get the children involved, like Rashmi said, tell them, where do you want to go? Let's help me plan the itinerary. What are some things you want to see? Because that way they're invested in the idea.
I see the children today, social media, they know so much more than us. And we have to admit that.
Yes.
Yeah, I know we are experienced, we are parents, we know more than the children, but children know so much. So make use of that.
Absolutely. Well done. We've got some comments. I'm just going to say hello to the people who have commented. So Sanj says hi, back to you. Payal Gautam says hi, Nim, and Rashmi. Hi Samay. Samay says such a wonderful conversation at yet another Sydney Social Live. That's awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining in. Continue saying your highs to us, and if you have any questions for Rashmi, please by all means do that. Okay? Alright, so we've covered a lot in terms of children and young adult children and relationships. Was there anything else that we've missed talking about on that particular topic, or kuch kehna tha?
I think that's it. Another thing I'd like to say is take feedback from your children. They are the next generation.
Yeah.
If they are saying something, don't just come up as I'm experienced, I know more. They tell you good things. Little tiny things. It could be anything. Your behavior, your dressing, or thing, and you won't regret it.
Yes.
So little things, you don't have to change yourself completely.
Yes.
But little tiny tips, take them from your children.
And I feel that so often we learn so much from the younger generation if we have an open mind. And if we believe that, there's always room to grow.
Yeah.
And that we don't know everything. It's not compulsory.
Yeah. I say learn one new thing every day.
Yes.
It could be as tiny as your child telling you.
Yes.
Or anywhere you could pick it up. So that's one thing. It could come from anywhere, however old or young. My grandchild teaching me no M&Ms.
Oh, that's a hard lesson to learn. No M&Ms, life without M&Ms. No, but absolutely, that is spot on. And having that growth mindset is so important. It helps you to, and that's why you look the way you look, because you are open to learning new things all the time.
I think
right?
good genes. I can
And
thank my
good
mom
genes,
for
okay.
it.
Let's thank the ancestors for it as well, plus her mindset. We can't discount that.
Thank you.
So, okay, now we're coming to a really fun topic. Okay, related to social media.
Okay.
So on Facebook, right, recently we were chatting, and we've noticed a lot of people posting in groups saying that I'm finding it difficult to make friends in this country.
Okay.
I'm not able to find friends. How do I go about? I've been in the country for X number of years, but I've not managed to find true friends. This is happening a lot. It's not once, twice, thrice. I'm amazed at how often this comes up. What would you like to share with the audience about this? Ye kyun ho raha hai, or what's going on there?
Okay, Nim, first thing I say, not that I haven't read these posts, I have read them. And sorry to say, but what comes to my mind is, you've been here for 5 years, 10 years, or what, I don't have any friends. I wonder, is there a problem with everyone around you? Or is there something you are not doing right? You're not thinking right, I should say this. So first of all, you need to really internalize and say, where is the problem?
Yes.
And then, what kind of friends are you talking about? Are you talking about friends, you don't have such friends, that you relate your whole day to them and you expect them to do the same? You tell them about everything that's happening in your life. You want to tell them how many properties you've got, what you bought, everything. And you want them to do the same. Is that what you call the kind of friends that you have? So it's what you are seeking.
Yes.
And it is, yes, it's not unreal, this problem that people don't have friends, or they can't maintain friendships, or don't have friends. So see, I categorize this as, there are some people you're acquainted with when you go.
Yes.
Okay, you've seen them.
You know
around.
them.
Yeah. And then there are some, you know them. Okay, so I know this person, I've met them somewhere, or I've seen them somewhere. There are some people, you go deliberately and you'll greet them. You'll say hi,
Yes,
hello.
you go out of your way.
Yeah, you'll go and greet them. And then there are people you call your friends. you'll chat a bit more to them.
Correct.
And then there are some which are your very close friends or close friends. So this comes, it is a conscious effort going out there making friends. It doesn't come to you.
True.
You've got to go and see what people do. I've seen is everyone's on social media these days, Instagram, Facebook, everything. If you think you don't have enough friends or you want more friends, you put a post up. I'm looking for friends, like-minded friends, and like-minded is a very important word here. Because there's no point going into groups where you don't identify with it. You're going to be miserable, you're going to leave it, and then that's how you're going to feel. I don't have any friends. So look for like-minded people. Suppose you have young children and you want a family thing. Say people with young kids, yes, I'd like to connect. If not, it's girls. Look for something that interests you. Maybe you're a good dancer. Put it out there. If somebody is interested in dancing, let's catch up and dance. 50 people will reply, yes. Okay, let's get together, let's make a small group. And then once the day comes, there'll be 20 people who'll say, yes, I'll make it. On the day, 10 people turn up.
Always the way.
This is how everybody will identify that this is how it happens. Out of the 10, there are just 2 people that you find that you really connect with. That's enough. Hold on to those 2.
It's not about numbers.
It's not about numbers. It's about how you connect. You might meet somebody like after 20 years of being here, and you say, where were you hiding till now? So it's connecting, and through those people that you connect, they will have like-minded people where it grows. But it's a conscious effort. You have to show up. You have to be there. You can't expect, 50 people said yes. How many turned up? 10. It's a conscious effort finding friends, and people evolve. They fall out. Their interests change, yours change. It's all right.
It's okay.
Like I've read in your post, it's okay. It's okay if
absolutely.
people have different interests. And let it be.
Absolutely.
Find more. And the good ones you get, make a conscious effort to keep them.
Because friendships have to be nurtured.
They have to be nurtured. It's not that 20 years I've known her. You would have worked hard. If somebody is saying, I know this person for the last 20, 25 years, they must be working hard on maintaining that friendship.
Absolutely. You know that bit about social media where you're able to say, hey guys, I love dancing, or these are my hobbies, let's put a group together, is a new phenomenon. I came in 28 years ago, and even when you came, we didn't have that luxury of putting it out there on social media saying, looking for like-minded people. We just had to go. Like I would take the children to the local library or to the park, and I had to initiate the conversations even though I was terrified. So I think the scenario is so much better now. It's so much easier, and yet people are struggling. Which makes you wonder. And you said something interesting, look within. It's not always that, oh, I don't have friends because everybody else is wrong. Why is it that you don't have friends? Look inside.
Am I expecting too much?
Exactly.
Am I sharing too much? Am I expecting them to share back that much? No, just keep it simple. And I say every person has some good and some bad. When you're keeping friendships, forget about the bad. As long as it's not affecting you. If you have a good relationship, suppose for instance, I know you. If there are 20 people who know you, no, there'll be 200, 2,000 people who know you. But suppose not everybody is going to say, Nim is the best. She's an angel. There are people who are going to say that
she's okay.
She has
what's the
this,
big deal?
She has this and that. Am I concerned about that? I'm not, because it's not affecting me. Everybody has a different opinion about people. If I gel with you, I'm having a good time, you are my friend, I don't care.
High five on that. That is a great point. That is so important. I think people, recently somebody also, told me, Rashmi, that sometimes what happens when you've been looking for friends for too long, you start getting a bit desperate. And then kya hota hai, if you meet somebody you like, you just become too close too soon.
So that's
And some people don't like that. So it is not that you're not a nice person. Maybe you're just coming on too strong, or you're just trying to come too close too soon, and people start feeling a little suffocated because people want their space. So when you look inwards and practice self-awareness, it's also important to ask, like yourself, am I expecting too much? Am I trying to get too close to people too quick? Jab aap khud ko ye questions puchoge, right, you'll find some answers which may be a bit unpleasant and hard to take. But they're important.
Yeah, you know your friends for long, you know things about them, and you ask them, they don't want to share it with you. You know it already, they don't want to share it with you. Are you going to be offended?
Yeah.
Not my friends any longer. She didn't tell me this. It's okay, give them the time, give them the space.
Yeah.
They are, when they are comfortable. That should be the thing in the friendship. When you're comfortable, okay. And it's not the end of the world if you don't tell me this.
Yes.
Or I don't hear it from your mouth.
Absolutely. Expectations, are at the root cause of misery.
And when you meet the right people, it's the warmth that you meet with.
Yes.
It's not what can I get, what can I give. It's, I met you, how long are you going to, you don't meet the same person every week. How much time do you have anyway with everyone working? So when you meet those people, that warmth that comes within you, when you give that hug.
Yeah.
I think that's enough.
That's plenty.
Where you don't have to pretend to talk to the person. Where you don't have to think.
You can be yourself.
You can just be yourself, and I think the friendships, you don't have infinite time in this world.
Absolutely.
You have finite time. Make use of it wisely.
You've obviously made an impact because Sanj is saying good tips from Rashmi. So there you go.
Oh, thank you.
And do you want to say hi to Neeru Saluja? She's saying loving these words of wisdom, Rashmi.
Hi, Neeru. Yes, thank you.
Thank you for joining in, Neeru. Glad you're enjoying the conversation. Now, those are good points, and thank you for sharing. And I think the audience definitely has learned something from this whole discussion we've had. So important to look inside. Instead of blaming the whole world, look inside first and ask yourself, what is it that I might be doing wrong? Which might give you a clue in terms of why you're not getting the quality of friends. More important than quality, quantity is the quality, right? Okay, so that brings us to the last topic for today, which is FOMO, which is fear of missing out. Now, Rashmi, I have noticed that a lot of people in varying age groups, it's not just in the young, it's also in the middle-aged people, that this concept of FOMO, fear of missing out, is holding a lot of people back. What do you have to say about this whole thing?
Okay, FOMO, I think everybody, from school children to adults, everybody knows the meaning of FOMO today, right? And it is a big deal. So, see, I think this started with when social media became like everybody on social media. It was never there before, okay? So how do you come to know that you're missing out on something? Because everything is on social media these days.
You see pictures, Achha, I wasn't there.
Yes, see? So there are some other ways as well. Social media, of course, is a big deal. The other one is when you're a group of friends and there's an invitation for an event. Everybody is invited, but you are not.
Right.
Okay. Yes, I won't say you're not God. You are going to feel a little hurt.
Of course.
Like, what did I do wrong that I wasn't invited? Take that hurt, feel it, mope over it for a day, and then you know what? Put your mindset. They say in Hindi, आपने बुलाया तो अच्छा नहीं बुलाया तो और भी अच्छा. So to tell me that, yes, it would be that if you call me, I'm happy. If you didn't call me, I'm happier. Because this is a two-way street. It's not, if that person does not want you in their life on that event, then you have the same. They've given you a chance to pick and choose. You may not be that kind of person.
Yes.
If you have 20 people in a group, you might want to invite all 20. But they've taught you, take it as a lesson, yes, I can pick and choose. And sometimes we take this so personally. Sometimes you are a few people in a group. It's not possible to call everyone every time.
I agree.
You call people according to their interest.
Yes.
Say for instance, some people like to play cards. Some people find it, oh my goodness, cards. What are you going to do? You're not going to play it because you've got to invite all 20 people. You're going to get the thing like she plays cards. Call those 5 people.
Exactly.
Play cards with them.
Yeah.
There are people who
because otherwise one person is sitting in a corner and moping, and just because they wanted to be invited, you invite, but then they're not enjoying the party, and then they're ruining the mood for everybody else, right? And usse behtar hai you call the like-minded folks.
There are people who like to travel. There's a big group, you can't go. 20 people can't go every time. 5 people want to go together, get together, go. It's okay.
Yes.
It is according to interest.
Yes.
And as I said, it's their turn today, it's your turn tomorrow.
So I think we should stop feeling hurt for every little thing and just take a few things lightly. Take life lightly, thoda sa, hai na? So
and
important.
it's a bent of mind. The moment you decide, it's your thought. It's your thought that I wasn't invited.
Yeah.
That's what is hurting you.
Yes.
When you change your mindset
Yes.
that I was not invited, it's not a big deal.
Yes.
And maybe your thought, like I've read you writing about it, that maybe curling up with a book,
Yeah.
enjoying the day
Yeah.
is better than going out somewhere. You don't want to go everywhere. You feel like, no, I want to be, and that is your. And this is now we were talking about the new word, JOMO.
JOMO. Yeah, you want to tell everybody what JOMO is?
Joy of missing out. You are so glad they didn't invite me. I did not want to go. So
Yeah.
that's another thing. It's all in your mind.
It is. And I think when you're constantly out because of FOMO, you don't get the time to connect with yourself. You don't get the time to spend with the people who matter because you're constantly out, because you don't want to miss on anything, right? And that's why very often people don't feel that sense. They're not at peace with who they are because kabhi time hi nahi diya khud ko. They're always out because you don't want to miss anything. And when they go to that event they didn't want to miss, they come back thinking, why did I go? It was so boring.
See, this is one thing. Yes, you have so many Sydney people know, if they've been here 20 years or more, they know we did not have so many events earlier.
Absolutely.
Now you have 3-4 events in one weekend.
I know.
How many can you go to? And when people come back and tell you, I didn't see you there, and they come and tell you what was happening, you say, thank God I didn't go, JOMO.
Yeah. But also, why weren't you there? You need to have a really good reason for some people. You know, you can't say I was at home reading a book. Oh, if you're at home, why didn't you come for the event? Hold on, sometimes we just want to be by ourselves.
Another thing is, not everyone's cup of tea is going out, drinking and dancing and being...
Meeting a lot of people.
Yeah, the same thing happening in every event. You are like, you're eating good food, you're meeting people, you're dancing. You don't want to do it every weekend, you don't want to do it. So you choose, I don't want to go, and it's all on you.
Absolutely. And look, some people love it, nothing wrong with it. If that's your scene, if that's your cup of tea, by all means go. But we need to recognize that everybody is not in that same space. And sometimes, like the other day somebody asked me, why didn't you go to XYZ event? And she said, were you busy? I said, no, I was actually at home watching a movie. And it was like horror of horrors. How could you not go if you were just at home? I said, that's my time to be with me. That's my time I don't need to have a big reason to not go, because if I'm constantly out, when do I get to do the things I enjoy? And also, Rashmi, I love my one-on-one catch-ups with my girlfriends. I like to just go for a quiet dinner with 1 or 2 people and enjoy a heart-to-heart chat. It's not always about being at big noisy events, which I enjoy, but in balance.
And see, I am a social person. That's how people know me. I enjoy going out. And there may be days when I've brunch, and then I've gone out for afternoon with friends, and then come evening I'm there partying as well. But that's my choice.
Absolutely.
I am not doing it because she has done it or that one has done it. It's and it's just in my head.
Yeah.
That's how it comes. Yes.
So Neetu Garg, hi. Neetu says yes, she likes JOMO over FOMO. She likes that concept. And Neeru says people who face FOMO should develop a spreadsheet and list down pros and cons against FOMO and JOMO for the events they couldn't attend. I love that,
I
Neeru.
like it,
Yes, an
Neeru.
air high five to Neeru.
Oh, that's really good.
I love that. That's very clever. That's awesome. Now, I'm glad we covered that, because hopefully people who are struggling with FOMO might take a little bit from this, what you've just shared, and feel a little bit better and learn to practice JOMO instead of FOMO. Hai na? That is so good.
We made this word quite common now.
Now that's it. That's the buzzword. Yes. That's the buzzword. So now we come to our rapid fire round. So I'm going to ask you some very quick questions.
Okay.
And some of them might be difficult choices, but let's see how you do.
Okay.
Shoot. All right. So firstly, chai or coffee?
Oh, chai.
Always.
I'll have a coffee occasionally, but yes, if I have to, it's chai.
Chai. And are you fussy about how you have your chai? Like, does it have to have adrak and that, all the fancy?
No, I don't like the pot. Amazingly, I do not like the pot tea. I just want the dip chai.
One more high five. She's again my kind. I've never met another person who has said with such pride that I drink dip wala chai.
I thought it was a negative thing. No, I just like the dip.
Yeah, I get the look from people when I say I like the dip wala chai. They
Yes.
said, okay, this is not a true tea lover.
And I won't say, look, see, if somebody made really good tea with that adrak and everything, it's good.
Why
I will
not?
say yes to it. I'll say it's good, but if I have a choice, just the dip one.
Oh my goodness, I feel so good today because I've not yet in all these years met anybody who says, Ki, I don't like that wala chai, I like the dip wala chai. So I'm glad.
So Nim, we have to sit together now. Chai
Dip,
pe
dip,
chacha, the dip chai
absolutely.
chacha.
After this, that's what we're going to do. All right. So are you a stilettos person or flats?
Neither. I wouldn't wear stilettos. I wouldn't wear flats. I need heels, comfortable heels.
Comfortable heels.
Yeah,
Okay.
flats is an absolute no-no.
Okay. Stilettos mein kabhi Bollywood dancing वगैरह not?
Stilettos, gone are the days. Name stilettos are out completely now.
Fair enough. All right. Are you a morning person or a night owl?
A morning person. I love my morning when everyone's asleep.
Yeah.
And I have myself looking out the window, nature and everything. Absolutely morning.
So is there a morning routine that you follow? So when you get up, what is it? First thing you make a cup of tea?
No, I'm not. I don't. Yes.
Chai tabhi nahi hai?
Tea is like medicine for me. So evening time
Oh,
is.
like a pick me up when you need that energy.
No, evening. When
Evening
it comes
time.
that, the slump.
That's
comes
when you
up,
need it.
That's when I need my
Okay.
tea. No, morning is just being quiet and anything I want to do. I might want to exercise. I might want to go for a walk.
Yeah.
Not very often though. But I just might want to catch up with
It's
things.
your time.
It's my time. Yeah. Anything that if I've
Absolutely.
got something on my mind before going to bed, then that's the first thing I'll do in the morning. But it's very quiet. I do not like distractions like sleep.
Fair
Give
enough.
me my time.
Fair enough.
Yes.
Now, a little birdie told me that there are two things that you really like to eat, and they're very distinctly different to each other. ठीक है? One is dosa,
Yes. My favorite.
and one मैंने सुना है yoga berry.
Oh, any time of the night.
दोनों में
day.
से choose करने. I know they're very different, but which would you pick? Difficult, no?
Very, very, very difficult. Give me both together all the time. Okay, I'll still pick dosa.
Dosa.
Yes, I'll still
Okay.
pick
And dosa में is it like you like the plain dosa, masala dosa? कौन सा type का? आजकल इतने सारे आते हैं.
Any dosa, it has to be good. Obviously, it's not the
ऐसे
not
वैसे.
those it has to be good.
And sambar या chutney? What is your favorite?
Oh, both.
अच्छा,
Sambar
वहाँ पे
and
वो-
chutney. Yeah, I need my dosa with sambar and with chutney. Yes.
The works. Okay. All right. And what's your favorite cuisine?
Okay, my favorite cuisine is, I'd still say South Indian.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's your favorite, huh?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
still.
Yeah, there also we are on the same this thing because I could have masala dosa morning, afternoon, night and still be craving it the next day.
And I make really good masala dosa. So
देखा अभी तो future में मुझे मालूम है when I next want to eat a nice dosa कहाँ पे जाना
I
है?
know friends who meet me like not very often, and every time they meet me, I say, "Let me make something different." Rashmi, no way.
Dosa.
Just dosa.
Wow. Okay, I'll keep that in mind. And talking about food, is there a favorite place, a restaurant or something in Sydney that you like to go to?
See, it has been on my list for a long time, and I went to it recently. Icy Spicy. I'd
Icy
heard so much about it, people
Acha.
talking about it.
Ah.
So I love their momos
Okay.
and the ice cream. I'd heard it, they have ice cream with chili on top of it, guava ice cream. So yeah, very
So
nice.
where is this? Do you know where it's based?
It's Seven Hills.
Okay.
There used to be one in Parramatta,
Right.
and I think there
So
are
Icy
more-
Spicy, if you all are watching, big shout out to you from Rashmi and thank you for sharing. So it's momos, that's one of your favorites there. Huh?
momos, and they've got a very good variety.
Okay.
So I tried them all. Love them.
Awesome. That's awesome. Well, I've had so much fun. I could chat to you forever. It has been such a pleasure. But before we sign off, do you want to say any last parting words to our lovely audience who has come here to listen to you on a Sunday afternoon? Sorry, before you do that, Bernadette has a message. She says, absolutely love this topic, love catch up, but never suffer from FOMO. So she's saying, I love to catch up with people, but she
that's good.
doesn't. And Rita Sharma, lovely conversation girls, learning lots of new things, says Rita. So
Thank you. Thank you.
that is nice. Thank you, ladies, for sharing that. So over to you, Rashmi. Do you want to say any last words to our audience?
Okay, so I'll just say positive attitude in life, because not every time things happen as you plan. So be open to whatever happens. Take it with a positive stride and give your 100%.
Wise words indeed. And this is a woman who walks the talk. She's lived her life according to the words she's just shared. So that is awesome. Thank you so much, Rashmi. It has been an absolute joy. We are catching up, like we've never really sat down and chatted, right?
Yes,
And
yes.
it's almost like I've known you forever. So it was so effortless and so comfortable. So I hope you felt the same.
Oh yes, I was not. But honestly speaking, I've never done these Facebook things. I don't even do. You know how people do Facebook live on them when they're in parties and
Yeah.
things. I've never done that in my life. I was a little bit nervous, but yeah, I just went.
Such fun,
Yeah,
such
it,
fun.
Yeah, it was really easy,
No,
comfortable.
I'm glad
Thank
you
you,
enjoyed
thank you
it.
for
No,
that.
thank you. And thank you, lovely audience. I also want to give a shout out to Shipra Tiwani, who has a lovely store in Beecroft called Melange Chic, and she helps us with the decor here. So thank you, Shipra. Lots of love. And thank you, lovely viewers, for spending Sunday. Sunday is so precious to people, and yet they turn up to listen to us, which is very, very sweet. So thank you for that. And thank you again, Rashmi.
Thank you, Nim, for inviting me.
Bye, everybody. See
Thank
you
you,
next
everyone, for
week.
watching.
See ya.